Ask Rebecca radio show. Thank you for joining me. I hope everyone had a great week and it wasn't too intense. I myself, I've been super busy juggling clients, cleaning, unpacking, and getting used to being a homeowner. It's a whole new set of responsibilities for us. So Simon and I have been living the apartment life for years. And, when you're living the apartment life, if something needs fixing, all you have to do is call someone else to do it for you. And now it's up to us. And even though it's a little bit of hard work and getting used to, we're totally loving creating our own space. And I'm really happy that I'm finally getting settled into this home and getting back to some normalcy. Let's get straight into tonight's predictions so I can make sure I get to a caller. Tonight's predictions run through to next Thursday, October 19th. These are general predictions for everyone in areas of love, work, finances, health, and spirituality. So the general themes for this week, be on the lookout for a sea of distractions. So this week, everyone on some level or another will be dealing with distractions. Some of you will realize you've been looking everywhere except at your own self. And here's how it will show up. These are some things that I want you to reflect on. These are some things that you might, more than likely, you are doing this yourself and others are doing this to you because everything is basically a mirror reflection of what's happening internally with you. So kind of be mindful of this because I do feel like a lot of this sort of stuff will be coming up. So, let's see. Are you judging others instead of facing what's really in front of you? Are you filling your life with meaningless activities that keep you too busy to do what's really important? Are you constantly pulled into other people's drama? Do you gossip about others to feed separation rather than bringing everything into oneness? Do you put others down so you can feel superior? Is the fear of failure keeping you from moving forward? Or have you just become spaced out and overwhelmed by it all? Whatever it is, this constant distraction is going to come into the forefront of your life this upcoming week. So, and this distraction is keeping you from connecting with yourself and living more of a peaceful life. So pay attention this week, get real with yourself. You'll be better off for it. You know, it's not going to be as challenging as you think. It's just bringing some awareness of it. Now, some of you have gotten really good at mastering distractions and can kind of pick up on that. And next week, it'll be a little easier for you. You'll just continue to kind of surf the waves of distraction and things that are happening and headed your way. So some of us won't be as challenged as others, but it's definitely something that's going to come into everybody's awareness. And it's just taking us to a deeper level of self-awareness and self-realization. And that's really how you disconnect from, what I like to call the matrix. Anyway, so another theme this week is a green light. Lots of forward motion and action is going to be happening. The doors are wide open. The energy is one of momentum. So there's going to be a lot of just opportunities and things coming your way that take you into the new. And it's also another week of expect the unexpected. Things are going to pop up, things that you weren't thinking about. I also feel like there's going to be surprises showing up out of the blue. Good stuff, like all of a sudden, you reconnect with somebody from your past, or you find a $20 bill, or, whatever it is. It's going to be some nice surprises showing up. I do feel you'll be stepping into or connecting with that part of yourself that embodies dignity, elegance, compassion, your natural true authority, wisdom, and deep love. And for some of you, I feel like there'll be what I would call like a king of kings, basically somebody that is a little more wise, a little more maybe a little more expanded and aware than yourself. I feel like somebody's going to be coming into your life, and this may be someone you already know, but you just see them in a whole new light and they have a new way about themselves. It could also be that it's somebody new that's coming into your life. I also feel like this can be connected to some soulmate connections, very much so. And soulmate connections aren't always meant to be love relationships or romantic partnerships. They can be friendships, they can be mentors, they can be teachers, they can be, whatever. So pay attention to that as well. I do feel like there are some of you that will have these sort of people in your life that will be exerting a strong influence on you, which is, not a bad thing. Just whatever resonates with you, allow that to be your guiding way. Listen to your own intuition. And, again, if it doesn't resonate with you, don't have to follow the herd. This week is more, again, it's about seeing the unseen. It's becoming more aware of yourself, others, and your surroundings. It's finally going to click for a lot of you, and it's going to feel amazing. I think it'll be a pretty good week. This week will also, everybody will experience on some level more balance, more friendship, joy, and sharing. It'll show up in all sorts of ways. You should be feeling more than usually loved, cared for, and content, from whatever you've been experiencing. So it'll be a new kind of a feeling. And in order to fully embrace and experience this freedom, it's important to stay focused on your blessings, the good things. So no matter what's going on or how seemingly bad or how you feel like your life may be falling apart in those moments, stay focused on the positive. Stay focused on what you do have, because when you're in that energy, then you attract more of that to yourself versus attracting the things that you don't want. So really try to, even if you're feeling down in the dumps or something happens that rocks your boat a little bit, just try to focus on the good things in your life. I do feel like everybody's going to be feeling more social. So you'll find yourselves wanting to go socialize, meet new people, get out and about. And I feel like even if your newfound feeling of freedom isn't quite clear to you, it's still an excellent time to go experience different things out of your normal routine. It will be very powerful this week. So make sure you're getting out there and you're going and doing stuff. You're going experiencing things. You're connecting with new people, new energy. Always has a way of bringing forward motion and momentum, and it can reignite some passions and ideas and creative energies. So, don't play hermit this week. Go out and have some fun. Obviously, if you're feeling like crap, don't. Okay, let's see. Those of you that have employment, most, I feel, will be feeling appreciated. You'll be feeling comfortable at work. Even if you hate your job, it'll just feel better than it normally does. Overall, work is stable. It's moving toward new opportunities and improvements, even if you can't see it. It's happening internally. It's happening in the unseen world that will soon reveal itself. This is not a week to take your employment for granted. So again, this week is all about focusing on what we do have and finding the blessings and being grateful for it and not taking things for granted. Those of you looking for work, I feel good news all around, I feel. Some of you will actually be receiving job offers. With that, make sure to stay focused on what you can bring to the table and not stay focused on what you can bring to the table and how your skills and talents could benefit the company. Try not to get too focused on what the company can do for you. Again, this is a week where we are putting ourselves out there and appreciating and being grateful versus the other way around. Others, I feel like you'll be landing interviews. I feel like, again, there's forward momentum, there's action happening, and you guys will get some interviews lined up. And same advice for you. Stay focused on what you can do for the employer versus what they can do for you. Get that job first. Even if it's a stepping stone job, just to something greater in the future. Right now, you need a steady stream of income. So take the job, get yourself situated. If you get there and you find out, it's not really all that you wanted or needed, well, then you just keep your employment search going. But in the meantime, you're collecting a paycheck. And it's a lot more than unemployment. Let's see. Love, committed relationships, and dating. I feel like this week has a solid potential for true love and affection. Love, balance, and commitment, all the things we hope for in regard to love and relationships. Expect a feel-good week with your babe. I think that's going to be exciting, and we all could use a little bit of that. Again, the advice on this is careful not to take it for granted by doing or saying whatever you feel, because all of a sudden things are flowing really nice and then you got to put in a little personal dig or something. This is not the week to do it. Stay in the feel good, stay in, the blessings and the gratefulness of things. This is the week to talk about, things okay, so some of you I feel like have been feeling as if you've been taken for granted, and I feel like in those relationships both of you are feeling the exact same thing. You're just expressing it and exhibiting the behavior in different ways. So this is the week to talk about it and get it out in the open and start having a conversation about how you're feeling. Don't project blame. Express how you feel. Come up with a compromise and a solution. Now, if it's too intense and, then don't have that conversation this week. Give each other some space instead and take some alone time and reflect and then regroup. So just trust your intuition and feel out the situation. Those of you looking for love, I feel like it's a great week for it. So I'm super excited for the singles out there. I feel like it's very likely you'll find love. The caution, relax and go with the flow. Don't put pressure on yourself. Don't get in the mindset of like, oh, the one and this and that and soulmate and, you're going to stress yourself out. Like, just go with the flow. You'll find each other. If it doesn't happen this upcoming week, for some of you, don't be disappointed. Like, it's coming soon. I just feel a lot of positive love relationships blossoming between now and like the first half of the year. So keep positive, keep a good attitude. And in the meantime, just work on your self-esteem and work out any relationship issues and baggage that you might be carrying with you. And that way you'll end up being better off when you do meet that person. Because I don't want you to just accept any old person that comes along because you're desperate and you don't want to be alone. So don't end up settling, because you're never alone. You have yourself and you're an amazing self. So finances this week, I feel money will be balanced. Some of us might not be rolling in the dough, but you'll have enough to meet your obligations, and that's a good start. I do feel like some of you have been waiting to hear back about a loan or some sort of financial decision that you're waiting from somebody else. To me, it feels like it's very likely to be in your favor. I do feel like there might be a moment of like panic or something, because they may come back and say, hey, we need more information, or, they're questioning or asking for something more, and you might end up going into a little bit of freak out about it, but don't. I still feel like it's a positive outcome in the end. Health, this week feels like it'll be a positive kind of mindset, where everybody's going to be more in the positive sort of thinking. Everybody's going to be a little more upbeat and feeling good. For some of you, it may manifest at first with negative thoughts, but you'll quickly become aware of the fact that you're kind of being a downer on yourself, and then you'll be able to shift it really quickly and go right back into thinking positive and focusing on the things that you do want. I do feel like some will decide to find alternative healers to help with overall health and well-being. Like, I don't really feel like physical health stuff, maybe just like some aches and pains and tweaks. So some of you might decide to go and find an acupuncturist or get some energy healing done. Just kind of an overall mind, body, spirit type thing is what I'm vibing there. Spirituality, this week is all about the heart chakra. I just feel like the heart chakra is going to be opening more, and that's why everybody's going to kind of be feeling good and feeling lovey-dovey, and and again, like, if if you're not quite in that energy yet, you have to go through the things that are blocking you from that. So some of you might experience it in a little bit more of a challenging manner, but don't let that get you down. Just shift focus, and again, focus on the positive stuff. So I feel like most of you will experience feelings of being at one, you know, like all of a sudden you're just, again, feeling oneness and feeling like, oh, I just love everybody. And, you know, and then it may not be all week long, but at some point during the week, you're going to be feeling uber lovey. And basically what I mean too by that with the whole loving oneness thing is, you know, you'll be feeling, being, receiving, and giving more love. And I do also feel like some will seek spiritual mentoring this week to help gain some clarity on, you know, what this whole oneness thing is about. I feel like a lot of people are awakening and realizing or having experiences that they don't fully understand, or all of a sudden you realize like you're not thinking the same way and things look differently and they feel differently. Reach out, talk to somebody that's been through it. You know, everybody loves to pay it forward and share their experiences. So don't be afraid to check that out. Okay, let's do, so that wraps up the predictions for tonight. Let's do a quick moment of Zen. So close your eyes, open your palms, and tell yourself you're open to receive. And I'm going to focus energy onto your heart chakra to help with any blockages so that you can feel more of the highs this week. You know, let's get rid of the block now so that you can just have that feel good energy. So, all right, here we go. Take a deep breath. All right, go ahead and open your eyes, and I've asked your guides and all the energies around you to kind of work on your heart chakra through the night. So if you experience some heart palpitations or a little bit of anxiety and heartburn overnight, I'm sorry, but that's just helping you open up your heart chakra. And not everybody will experience that. So let me go ahead and get to tonight's caller, since I haven't had one in a while. Tonight we have Amber in LaGrange, Texas. How are you?
I'm great. How are you this evening?
Doing pretty good. I'm hanging in there. How can I help you this evening?
Well, can I ask any kind of questions or?
Yes, absolutely. You can ask me anything that you want.
Okay.
I did also make a couple of notes before I, you know, wanted to see what I needed to share with tonight's caller for their highest good. So if you want to hear that, I'm more than happy to share that with you.
That'd be fantastic.
Okay, so I was feeling very much like you're in this new beginnings, and the new beginnings feels like it's in the work and career area. And I feel like you're feeling more upbeat and optimistic about your future. And if you're not seeing that quite yet, I feel like now's a great time to start something new. So if you've been thinking about it but holding back, I definitely feel like you need to do something within the work career area. I just keep feeling like it's coming. There's something, even if it's at your job and you're wanting a pay raise or some sort of promotion, I feel like if you're bold and you ask for what you want and need, you're going to be really, really surprised at the outcome. And financially, I just feel like things are going to be turning for the better. And I even feel like there's some sort of gifts coming your way. It may be money or other items. So I don't know. We'll have to see how that plays out. But you're just in this whole new beginning phase of just even getting your mind and body right, and like you could get a new health routine going. I feel like there's a new spiritual influence coming into your life. When I connected with you in the love department, I wasn't quite able to pick up on whether or not you were single or in a committed relationship, but either way, it kind of felt like even if things may seem a little off, I feel like things are about to rise to a new level of understanding, and there's going to be some sort of new love headed your way. So if you're already in a relationship, I feel like it'll strengthen and carry forward and maybe become deeper and more meaningful, especially if you express yourself. And if you're single, I do feel like there's just new love headed your way. So it's kind of perfectly in alignment with this upcoming week. You know, I'm not sure how much of that resonates with you, but if you want to get into specific questions, I'll be able to connect more specifically.
That's absolutely actually true. Me and my husband just got back together after a 2-year separation, and things are getting better and better and better. So yeah, that's right on. And also, I'm thinking about starting a small business, so the other does really resonate with me as well. So that's awesome. That's good to know that if I choose to do that I think it'll be successful. That's amazing.
Yes. So tell me, what sort of business are you considering doing, and I'll see what I can kind of pick up on with the timeline of it.
Well, my mom and I actually had a small business together making signs, and they were made out of like antique cabinet doors, things like that. And I think the timing of it was off when we first tried to do it last year. So we're about to start getting up and running on that. I'm just a little worried about, like marketing and things like that and how to get it really actually started and be successful with it.
Okay, so I feel the energy behind it is fantastic. And last year, I agree with you. I feel like the timing wasn't quite right, but you needed to go through it because those challenges actually built some skills, and it wasn't quite a down or negative thing. I feel like it gave you a good understanding of what you're dealing with. So as far as the marketing, I really feel like it's going to be a lot of grassroots is what I feel.
Okay.
I don't feel like you have to do an exorbitant amount of like marketing where you have to spend a bunch of money. To me, it feels like, start with even like the people that or, people, coworkers and stuff like that, and create these antique designs because people are going to love them. I can kind of visualize and see it in my head what you guys are doing. And I think it's fantastic. The momentum will build. Like, you just don't give up, right? So if it's a little bit of a slow start, whatever you do not give up, because I feel very, very positive about it. And I think word of mouth will spread. So do like small advertising on, Facebook and little things there. Like, I don't see a big budget of you guys spending thousands upon thousands of dollars of marketing. And I feel like you need to go to local places in your community where you can talk to shop owners and like, hey, can we display this? And if you sell it, like, go and network in that way as well. And with other small businesses where you guys can kind of barter and build off of each other, where you're sharing almost clientele. And I feel like it'll really, really be successful.
Wow, that's amazing, because I recently relocated from the Houston area to LaGrange, which is a real small community, and we actually live in a place where I had considered that myself. It is an opportunity with all the antique places here, different neat little shops, to go and talk to them. So that's right on the money. That's awesome. That's great.
Yes, absolutely. And then also, one of the things I was just getting to was look and see, like, I'm sure most places do this where they have like the weekend farmers markets or like other places that you can set up a booth. And I feel like that will also help. And again, places like that, maybe you're spending $50, $100 to have the booth, and you can go there every weekend and like clientele off of that. The other thing I was thinking was having it where you're actually maybe taking items from people's homes and refurbishing them and antiquing them up as well. So, do you know what I mean?
We've actually been really considering doing that because there is a huge market for that. So
Yes.
that's right. That's the direction that we are definitely headed. Oh, that's awesome. That is really, really, really good to hear.
Yes, awesome. I'm so excited. Yeah, no, I feel definitely that whole market, because it gives you two separate arenas of people to reach. Like the things that you create, you can charge a little bit more for, and then people that maybe don't have as much money will give you their items, and then you just charge them for the actual fee of, doing the refurbishing and all of that. I only have 60 seconds left, and is there any other specific questions that you have for me?
I
really
do.
quick?
I'm having issues with a family member, my brother, and I'm wanting to know if maybe those will resolve soon.
I feel like, oh great, 30 seconds. I do feel like it will resolve, but I don't feel like it's going to resolve until closer to summer of next year. For whatever reason,
Okay.
I just feel like there's a total misperception on his part of things, and there's just a lot of anger, but it's more at himself, but he's projecting it outward, and he's going to have to get over it. Just give him a little space, and I think in the future it'll work out.